Bye.
Right, I've been asked to say a few words on behalf of Andy, Marie, Tracy and Mark, and obviously Ian. Unaccustomed to public speaking as I am, you have to bear with me. Right, but I'll just give you a little bit of history into what's actually happened here. Is that Mark's son unfortunately had an accident on a motorbike, and the air ambulance come and swooped him off and basically saved his life. So he was in there one night, having a few beers with Andy, or gin and tonics, or whatever it was, and they decided that it might be a good idea to do something towards the air ambulance. And Andy did. And here we are. But, you know, you can have these thoughts sitting at a bar, as we all do, you know, what you wouldn't like to do, but if people don't put themselves out and you know, get their arse into gear, then nothing gets done. So the fact that the pair of them have got this far, is testament indeed. So before I go any further, just basically Andy and Mark, can I have a round of applause? I've been told I've forgotten Ian, but he's just back up. In fact, I've got here Lifeline. So, you know, that's why.
He's got the beer, in other words.
Before we go on, to Russia from the Tally, I've got to say a few thank yous to a few people who have thrown a few quid in. So, as I'm dyslexic, you'll have to bear with me. Right, it's obviously the Lancaster family, Steve Ballantyne and the Crescent Cafe, Alan White, who's actually donated this van free of charge. I mean, it's a wonderful thing in itself, the fact that he's... huh? Well, yeah, I ain't back yet, but thank you very much indeed anyway. That's, do I have to read out all the company names and what have you? Because Capital Van and Car Hire, DMD Graphic Services Western Kent, Gus Ashworth and his holdings, Vince Chapman Grand Design, S&J Signs, Stephen Tracy Den, Giles from Norstead Manor and his family, the Quint family, thank you very much indeed. Tesco's at Seven Oaks, Marks and Spencer's, wonderful. Direct Press Marketing Westrum, Alan Walker and his Builders Mob and so on and so forth. STP Solutions Limited, Barry Cope Seafood, that's Barry and Margaret obviously. Derek Hillier Flight Service Station, Olivia and Brian Lewis, Tony Merron at Wood by Design, Chris Day, who's donated a few quid towards the fuel allowance. Not to thanks are the Rose and Crown Green Street Green, who actually my son works for, but there you go. Waitrose in Green Street Green, they didn't want to know anything about the calls either. So I was told to throw them into the equation. And Lawrence Siddle, but he has been involved. He is not one of the outers. But anyway, before we get this show on the road, there's a few big thank yous that we got to say to, and that's obviously Marie. She gets overlooked time and time again. She puts a massive amount of work into everything and everybody, and I'm not going to say too much without upsetting too many people, but I think she's a big part of this club. Thank you very much for being here.